Yo everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all keeping well. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a full day of eating 1,900 calories. There are some big recipes in here today. I actually think that each of these recipes has the potential to have game changer status. I don't throw that phrase around very often. Yes, I do. But this is a strong lineup, I have to say, but I will let you decide. And even before I get started, this is something that has been on my mind for quite a while, but I always forget to ask. But I'd love to know what you actually want to see on my channel. So I asked this on Instagram the other day, and I got some good ideas from people. Some people wanted to see a full day of eating without cooking, so kind of on the go. Some people wanted to see a full day of eating fakeaway recipes. There were some other ones, like some people wanted to see more training footage and things like that. But yeah, if you have like one or two video ideas that you would just really love to see me doing, then yeah, comment below and let me know. I'm all ears. I will definitely get around to them as well. So yeah, comment below, let me know. Okay, let's kick things off with some breakfast. I have a nice glass here that says Rachel on it. Cheers, Rach. I am going to add 50 grams of vanilla fat-free yogurt to the glass. These vanilla yogurts from Aldi are so good. And I'm gonna add 50 grams of zero-cal maple syrup to the glass. I'm gonna add 1 heaped teaspoon of sweetener. Then I'm gonna give it a good mix. And there we go. This is our frosting. I'm gonna save this for later. Oh, and I almost forgot, so I'm gonna add some cinnamon into the frosting mix as well and mix it all up. Okay, now I have a bowl on the scales, and I'm gonna add 40 grams of oats that I've blended into smaller oats. I'm gonna add 30 grams of vanilla whey protein from bulk into the mix. This is the one that I'm using here. It tastes so good in oats, and if you're picking anything up from bulk, make sure to go through the link in my description. It would help me a lot. I'm gonna add 50 grams of vanilla fat-free yogurt into the mix, 50 ml of almond milk, 15 grams of zero-cal maple syrup. Let's give that a good mix together. Oh, I almost forgot, half a teaspoon of baking powder is going into the mix. Mix it all up. I'm going to add 15 grams of chocolate chips to the top. Then I'm gonna put this baby in the microwave for about 1 minute. Okay, so we are looking and smelling absolutely delicious. And now I'm just gonna pour the cinnamon frosting all over the top. Alright, so those chocolate cinnamon swirl oats are so good. If you are a big fan of cinnamon and you wanted to make it a little bit more cinnamony, you could put it in the oats as well as the frosting. It just depends. It just depends on what you enjoy. And before we crack on with my next meal, I do want to let you know that I am opening up a few more online coaching spaces before the end of the year. And you'd be surprised, but November is always one of my busiest months. That is because ahead of the new year, people start thinking, you know, about the changes that they need to make to feel happier and more confident in themselves. They start thinking about the shape they want to be in, both physically and mentally, going into the new year. They start thinking about how they want to make progress up until the festive period, feel good going into that festive period, take a little bit of time off as you should, and then push on again come the beginning of January, as opposed to just letting the next couple of months build up, feel completely overwhelmed in January, and then, you know, have a mountain to climb. So yeah, if you have been thinking about this for quite a while, this is your sign to take action. Don't wait until January like you usually do, and instead you want to be thinking about this very moment as the turning point. You know, you want to be looking back on this moment come January and think, wow, you know, thank God I made a start there, as opposed to just pushing the can down the road. And yeah, if you're interested, I will leave the link to my coaching application form in the comment section below. As always, I will get a lot of applications, so if you are serious about making this change, then make sure your application form reflects exactly that. So yeah, that is in the comment section. Get it filled out. It only takes a few minutes, and I'm looking forward to having a chat. Okay, so next up I have the ultimate pizza recipe. This is so tasty, of course. It's so easy to meal prep. It's actually the perfect meal prep meal. I'm gonna make 2 portions here to show you how you can do exactly that. and unlike most other calorie-friendly pizza recipes, this is actually really filling, which is so key when you are on a lower calorie diet. So yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, I'm gonna microwave 3 bags of this cauliflower rice. So there's only 29 calories per bag. Each bag has 160 grams, so it's 480 grams of cauliflower rice in total. Okay, so my cauliflower rice is good to go. I'm gonna pour each bag into this colander. All right, so next up we have a bit of a rotten job. So I'm gonna get the cauliflower rice and squeeze as much water out of it as possible. You wanna be doing this for at least 4 minutes. At least 4 minutes. Get as much water out as possible. You'd be surprised at how much water this holds. And you can wear gloves if you want, but if you are hardcore like me, then just go in raw. All right, so the cauliflower rice is as drained as possible. Let's transfer it to this Pyrex dish. I'm gonna add in 100 ml of egg whites. 4 of these Laughing Cow triangles. So this is just low-fat creamy cheese, and each triangle is 16.7 grams. So you could do the maths. Oh, and just to give you an idea of the macros as well, just in case you don't have Laughing Cows. So per 100 grams, there is 116 calories and 13.5 grams of protein. I'm gonna add in 150 grams of this fat-free cottage cheese. Then I'm gonna add some seasoning, so some Himalayan pink salt, lots of mixed herbs, don't be shy, some black pepper, and some cayenne pepper. And now I am going to give that a good mix. Make sure to really go with the triangles as well, like flatten them out, break them up, just so there is not big chunks in your crust. Then when everything is mixed thoroughly, you just want to flatten it all out to form the base of the pizza. Okay, we are looking good, and now I am just going to bake this in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. All right, so as that is cooking away, I'm gonna get to work on the sauce. I'm gonna add 200 grams of tomato passata to a bowl. That is gonna be followed by 90 grams of tomato puree. I am coming towards the end of this one, as you can see. This reminds me of coming towards the end of toothpaste. Okay, I think we need to bring it back up. There we go. Then I'm gonna season with some pink salt. You can use any salt that you want. Some garlic, some onion powder, some mixed herbs. Again, don't be shy. And some smoked paprika, or as these guys like to call it, paprika smoked. Let's give it a mix. Let's give it a taste. Yes. All right, so the crust is good to go. Turned out really well. As you can see, I made a little incision here just to make sure the whole thing is solid, and it is. Next, I'm gonna get my sauce on top. Don't let a single bit go to waste. It's like when somebody asks you for a bite of something that you've already tracked in your MyFitnessPal. You're like, no. These are my calories. Now let's spread it out gently. Don't be too rough here because you will break the base if you go too hard. All right, so next up I'm gonna cut 100 grams of pre-cooked chicken pieces onto the pizza. Okay, chicken is done, and now I'm gonna add 50 grams of jalapenos, 30 grams of sweet corn. I'm gonna add 50 grams of 50% less fat cheese. Sprinkle a few more mixed herbs on top. And finally, I'm gonna put this baby back in the oven for 10 minutes. Okay, so cauliflower rice based pizza, probably one of my favorite creations today. Less than 400 calories per portion. There was 2 portions in total there. Well over 40 grams of protein per portion as well. And as you can see, I cut it up into pizza slices, but you can literally do whatever you want. So I cut it up into 8. You could cut it up into 4. You could cut it up into those rectangular slice pizza slices that you sometimes see people do. Honestly, whatever floats your boat. All right, so before I go to my next main meal, let me show you the quickest and easiest high protein snack ever. This is a go-to for me. So as you can see, I am adding 200 grams of fat-free yogurt to a bowl. It doesn't matter what flavor, go with your preference. That is gonna be followed by 10 grams of double chocolate informed whey protein. And honestly, if you are a fan of chocolate protein like myself, then give this double chocolate informed whey protein from Bulk a go. I'm actually so lucky because if there was a chocolate protein that I didn't love with Bulk, then I probably wouldn't be with them, to be honest. But this is good. So yeah, give it a go, as I said before. Link in the description if you are buying anything. But anyway, let's give this a mix. I'm gonna add in 200 grams of mixed fruit. And these ones are probably my favorite, the summer fruits from Aldi. And I always microwave them for about one minute beforehand just to make sure they are not completely frozen. And finally, I'm gonna add 15 grams of Cocoa Pops to the top. Boom, there we go. So this is honestly the perfect meal. It's so flexible. You can literally have it at any time of the day. The Cocoa Pops bring a really nice crunch to it as well. Makes it taste like such a treat. But at the same time, it is still low in calories. It is still high in protein. It is still quite voluminous and filling. Little taste test. Alright, so we are on to my final recipe of the day, and although it has been a strong lineup so far, I think this is the one that people are gonna wanna make the most. So it's mac and cheesy beef pasta. I am literally obsessed with it. I know that so many others will be as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna add 125 ml of water to a saucepan. I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt. I'm gonna add in 50 grams of whole wheat pasta, 50 ml of almond milk. I'm gonna add in 10 grams of plain white flour, 15 grams of lightest Philadelphia, which is just low fat soft cheese, 15 grams of 50% less fat cheese, 15 grams of light mozzarella. I'm gonna add in 4 grams of nutritional yeast. I thought this would be hard to find, but it's literally not. You've just never seen it in a supermarket because you've never actually looked for it. So yeah, I got this in Super Value for those of you in Ireland, but I'm sure it's just in so many of the main supermarkets. So Tesco, if you're living in the US, I'm sure you'll get it in Walmart or Safeway or wherever you do your shopping. And the main reason you need it is because it makes everything nice and thick and creamy. But finally, I'm gonna add in some black pepper as well. And as it comes to the boil and everything starts to melt, I'm gonna make sure to keep mixing. And finally, when it does come to the boil, you just want to lower the heat, and honestly, you want to pretty much just keep mixing everything for about 15 minutes, because if you stop mixing for maybe 3 to 4 minutes, it will get stuck to the bottom of the pan. But honestly, just give me a few minutes and let me show you how thick and good it gets. And of course, I almost forgot something, but you also want to add in 15 grams of some classic yellow mustard. And as the pasta is cooking away, you want to add 100 grams of mince to a pan, and you want to just cook it alongside it. And you want to get 200 grams of frozen broccoli and cook that in the microwave as per the instructions on the bag. And as you can see, the pasta is really starting to come together. Look how creamy that is. And as I said, you pretty much just want to keep non-stop mixing for about 15 minutes. Don't take your eye off it for longer than like a minute at a time. You pretty much just want to keep mixing until the cows come home. Alright, so everything is good to go. I'm gonna spoon my broccoli into the mix. I'm actually gonna add in a little bit of water from the broccoli as well, just to loosen everything up. So even like a tablespoon or 2 of water. I'm gonna add my mince into the mix, and I am going to mix it all up. And you did it right from the start. Okay, so that mac and cheesy beef pasta is an absolute game changer. Every single bite is so creamy, and it's so different as well. You know, usually when people make pasta, especially for meal prep, they'll throw on a tomato and chili pasta sauce or an arrabbiata or something like that. So if you are a big fan of pasta, but you're looking to mix it up, you're looking to keep things interesting, then make sure to give that a go. And you will notice that today's 3 meals and 1 snack comes to about 1,650 calories, which is absolutely perfect because it gives you 350 calories to play around with. So if you wanted to have an extra snack, if you wanted to save some calories for something like a treat in the evening time, you absolutely can. And as I always say, no matter what diet you are following, you should always give yourself a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of leeway each day, just so you can include something that you really, really like. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap the video up there, people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you comment below and let me know. Let me know what recipe you are going to try first. So was it the chocolate cinnamon swirl oat? Was it the cauliflower rice pizza? Or was it the mac and cheesy beef pasta? Comment below, let me know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you are all keeping well, and I will see you in the next video.